He's like, check your calendars.
Oh my god, yeah, dude. It was just he got so angry when I was like, "You mean golf?" Like, uh,
I would have been like, hell yeah, man. Golf and Quidditch. Oh, and we're getting Battlefront 3.
dude.
And then I'd hear about it like the next day. Simon would definitely text me and be like, Battlefront 3's coming out.
Oh my god, dude. I kind of wish he'd never realized that it was April Fool's Day.
Well, welcome to the next episode of Crook and Murder. Murder is sitting this one out. So it is Crook and special guest Alex.
Special host Alex. I've been promoted for at least this one episode.
All right, fine. I'll call you a special host Alex. Today our topic is going to be on Sirens. Alex will be leading it. That is our special host Alex over here. You want to introduce yourself or just stay silent?
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that was the lead in for me to introduce myself. So as you've heard, I've been promoted to special host Alex. I think it's only a short-term thing, but it possibly could turn into a hostile takeover. We shall see what happens. My plan. It's going all according to plan.
And you know me as Kenny Crook Irish Kirby from the Stone Gauntlet and my Twitch channel, Crook Irish. Also, it looks like Spider Dude is in the chat. So hey, Micah. You
Dude, if he's in the
probably,
chat, you should just have Mike hop on real quick.
honestly, I would love to have Micah in the episode, but he's actually doing prom right now.
But how is he in the chat?
I don't know, man. These are the
Tell
things
that
that keep me up at night. You
tell
tell him.
that boy to pay attention.
He can literally hear you.
Boy, pay attention to your prom. Get off that phone.
You probably know me from that guy as that guy that has a fireplace in front of him right now. I got nothing today. Um, so we're gonna be covering Sirens, and Alex will be leading it. I will be hosting it. You want to take it away, Alex?
All right. Sirens. Half bird, half Mariah Carey, and all woman. My God.
What the fuck is this?
This is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. This is a live podcast bomb by Spider-Man at his prom.
I'm only here for a few minutes, but I stopped by to say hello to everybody. Hello, everybody.
Hey, so Spider-Man, is Vulture attacking your prom?
Possibly.
Okay, so you're on the lookout for him, right?
Yep.
I can't believe Micah just crashed. Sorry, Spider Dude just crashed our podcast.
Okay, well, see everybody. I will see you next Stone Gauntlet. But yeah, bye.
Peace out, Spider Dude.
Peace out, Spider Dude. That was crazy, but go on.
That is probably one of the greatest intros this podcast has ever had.
We just got podcast bombed by the Stone Gauntlet.
All right, so crossover. So Sirens, half bird, half Mariah Carey, and all woman. Snap. This episode is for the witchy chicks. These magical ladies can entrance your man into finally doing the fucking dishes. That's right. Today we're talking about Sirens.
So,
right.
We're going to continue with the Siren fact sheet here, telling you basically the most important facts you need to know about it.
All right. So, Siren stats for anybody that wants to play them in your tabletop RPGs. Nerds unite. Name, Siren. Classification, Greek water babe. Obviously, bro. Location, island of Anthemosia or Sinum Scopuli. Location of the islands changed per writer.
Actually, what we're gonna find out throughout the episode is that a lot of things about the sirens change. Like it's one of the most prevailing myths of our lives because it goes all the way back to like Greek and Roman times, and it's still as relevant today as it was back then. You
Oh
know?
yeah, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if they got it from somewhere. You know what I mean? Like if it was even older than that.
Oh, I'm sure they got it from somewhere. If you know what I
Um,
mean.
all right, so just a quick description. So a modern description. So modern sirens are depicted as beautiful women with fishtails and long dark hair with ghostly pale skin and eyes. Makes sense. They're living underneath the ocean, not as much sunlight. Okay. Original historical. The original sirens weren't particularly beautiful. They were also birds, not fish. They usually had feathered wings, clawed feet, and a sparrow's tail. Small tail for an adult woman, but okay. Typically, they would be surrounded by hot ass water nymphs.
Yeah,
Um,
it's no, go on.
I was just gonna say powers, prophetic visions, and the ability to entrance men with song. And can they be killed? Yes. Because
So
they're not like spirits or ghosts, right? Like they're physical, they're creatures.
yeah, they actually the original sirens, you know, like the OG, uh they do get killed. And we're gonna find out later in the episode how they do. But right there, that description is one of the best examples of how the myth has evolved. Like it went from looking like a bird lady on on an island, you know, that nobody really found attractive, to the Little Mermaid.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna make that connection, but I wasn't gonna legit say Little Mermaid. I,
If you want to see like the best depiction of what an original siren looks like, look up Takiki Watiti's Wellington Paranormal. One of the episodes has a siren in it, and he stays true to the form of it.
Kontiki Wellington? No.
Wakiki, oh no, Wakiki Watiti, you know the dude that made Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, oh.
Yeah,
I've never seen this. Okay, I shouldn't do this now though. I
Wellington
just
Paranormal
I just keep getting beef Wellington recipes. Okay.
is on HBO Max, and it is absolutely irrelevant and fucking funny as shit.
All right. I'll take a look. Did you see the pirate? Not to get too off topic, but the pirate show that he did.
Yeah, our flag means death.
Yeah, man, that show is amazing.
Yeah,
Uh,
I like Takiki. Oh, that's it. Takiki Watiti's work. Like he's got some
he's
really
really good.
quirky, off the beat kind of like
Yeah,
productions. And I even liked Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. It was just Disney
he
Disney kind
directed
of
that
dropped the
movie.
box. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I know he did the last two Thors, right?
Yeah. It's he did a Ragnarok. He did that. He also made a couple other films that are like Hunt for the Wilder People. There's another big one that he's done that everyone loves. Kiki Watiti is cool as shit.
He
And
did the Hitler one. That was really good.
he did Halo?
No, Hitler.
Oh, Hitler. Oh
The
yeah.
one with the boy and Hitler's his imaginary friend. Yeah, but anyways. All right, so characteristics of the sirens.
Jojo Rabbit.
Homer, huh?
Jojo Rabbit.
George Orwell. Homer describes sirens as thus. They bewitch any mortal who approaches them. They sit in a meadow. Man's corpses lie heaped up all around them, moldering upon the bones as the skin decays. And Homer had to leave. He walked into a few um, walls because he's blind as shit, but he managed to get out of the house. And now I'm back.
Welcome
Uh,
back, Alex. Bye, Homer.
science, sirens were exceptionally deadly. This one I love, and I have a comment to make right afterwards.
Okay.
Christianity would later use the symbol of the siren to embody the deadly temptation of women because, God forbid, that they recognize that maybe it was the violence and lust of men, not fucking the deadly temptation of women. Talk about fucking victim blaming right there, bro. Like,
Wow. You know what? You just summed that up beautifully.
like, Jesus Christ. Like, of course, like a bunch of old men were like, nah, it can't be us. It's gotta be these bitches. Sirens from India, which I did not know India had myths of sirens, so that's kind of cool. Sirens from India were known to lull you to sleep, then rip you to shreds. So very similar to the sirens in the Odyssey, right? So,
Yeah, kind of.
um,
Well, no. Actually, no. I'm gonna put a cap in that because those sirens are not particularly vicious. Here's the
the
thing.
Odyssey ones?
Yeah, the Odyssey ones aren't evil. In fact, we'll find out that their story is very, very tragic because we're gonna talk about them.
Oh,
And
okay.
with them, it's not necessarily that they want to kill men or watch everyone starve to death. It's just that they have to sing, and they sing so beautifully that entrances
That it
men
just
to them.
happens to untrans men. Okay.
And they don't eat
Um,
the men. Like the men die of starvation.
oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. That's true. I did forget about that. Yeah, or they like crash into the rocks or whatever because no one's manning the ship.
Yeah, and there's a way to beat them, and you'll hear them, or you'll hear about. You will hear the whole story of the sirens, how they came to be, and how they fell.
All right. Some writers credit the sirens to be the muses of the underworld. Makes sense. Their singing voices would enchant anyone within earshot, leading sailors consistently to a watery grave. The seabed around them would be littered with the bones of the dead and wrecked ships. Their singing was typically accompanied by musical instruments, things like lyres, flutes, pipes, etc. It is possible that after being fucked over by both Hera and Demeter, the sirens may have been enacting their revenge upon unsuspecting victims. Abused by life themselves became the abusers. See, not a big proponent of eye for an eye thing, but all right, man. Yeah.
I don't think it's an eye for an eye. I think, honestly, all the sirens wanted to do was help, and they got fucked. You know, like they get fucked, and it's not like they're trying to kill men. I'm on the siren side. By the time I read the whole story and understood where they came from, I was like, oh, yeah, these guys should be singing and like killing everybody around them, but not intentionally.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll do the same. Because it sounds like, yeah, it just sounds like Hera and Demeter just like fucking abused the shit out of these sirens.
Yeah, because the Greek
Um,
gods were dicks.
yeah, they
Like,
were.
Zeus was a dick, Thor was a dick. Honestly, Disney got it wrong. Well, Thor wasn't a Greek god; he was technically fucking Viking, but um, they still got the Greek gods wrong. Uh, Zeus wasn't sitting up there being nice to humanity. He wanted to shit all over humanity. And the one person that wanted to bring fire to humanity, aka Prometheus, managed to do it, but at the cost of eons, is like torturing. You know?
Infinite, not even like eons, right? Just an eternity of just getting his fucking what is it? His liver pecked out or whatever.
Yeah.
Um. All right. So this next part is going to be basically kind of what the Greek story. So it's more likely that the sirens were not malicious by any means. Very few stories describe their seductresses physically attacking men. More often than not, the sailors themselves would seal their own fates. Hearing the song, they would happily steer their ships into the shoals. It's possible that sirens sang to express their grief. In the Odyssey, they claim to know all the sorrows of the wide land and quote unquote all things that will come to pass on this fruitful earth. Singing could be a form of therapy in their case, a sorrowful release for those who are burdened by prophecy. The Sirens also may have sung out of loneliness, which that's kind of sad, using their songs to tempt men to join them. Their island was littered with human remains, though there were no signs that they themselves killed the men. And more likely, the men died of starvation after keeping the Sirens company for weeks on end. So
Because you
yeah,
can't
that is a very tragic story.
you can't escape the siren sound. If you hear it, you're drawn to them. You know, and it gets worse. Like how they ended up on the island is pretty bad.
All right. So the legends of the Sirens. The Sirens and Demeter. Before the Sirens were screeching bird monsters, Baka!
Fuck!
Yeah, they were beautiful handmaidens of Persephone, future queen of the underworld.
I think I know what song they were singing. They were
Um,
probably
what-
like, and I
oh my
will
god!
always love you.
Oh god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I would watch that movie.
I would
That would
100%.
entrance me.
The new
Um,
Odyssey.
They would sing to her as she picked flowers and play instruments to please the goddess, the Sirens would, or her handmaidens, I guess. When Hades, lord of the underworld, kidnapped Persephone, the handmaidens volunteered to find her. Demeter, goddess of grain and mother of Persephone, gave them golden wings to aid them in their task. Though the maidens searched far and wide across the planet, they could not find any trace of their goddess. She was already imprisoned in the underworld. The young ladies reported the bad news to Demeter. Boy, howdy, as a grieving mother, did not take it well.
Boy,
In her grief, definitely did not take it well. In her grief, Demeter lashed out at the innocent handmaidens and cursed them. She declared that they would stay in their bird forms until someone could pass by their songs without stopping, at which point they would die. Dude, okay,
I told you.
so it's not even like at which point you'll be free of this curse. No, you just get the sweet release of death. Like,
And all they did was do exactly what she asked them to do.
yeah, dude, get fucked.
They did their
Um,
jobs and they got fucked over for it. It's like the U.S. goddamn military. They do their jobs and they get fucked over for it.
Oh man. Um, oh Jesus. All right. So she then exiled the Sirens to the uninhabited islands of Anthemosia. Am I saying that right?
That-
Anthemosia.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Anth-
I didn't exactly look that up.
Anthemoessa.
Anthemosa.
Anthemoessa. Oh, that might be okay. But anyways.
If we ever
Um,
reach the Greek shores, crookirish.studios@gmail.com. Send us an email telling us exactly how to pronounce that.
all right. Yeah, and if you're gonna be a dick, don't send the email.
No, send the email. Just send it to Alex's account.
What the?
You're our special guest, Alex.
I'm the special host, you son of a bitch. This is a hostile takeover. Step 8 of plan completed.
Oh my god. It's like Palpatine. You're just in the background like, yes, Naboo, you should vote with me.
Yeah. Um,
You went
yes, Jar
past
Jar,
my
be
helmet.
a good idiot and vote for this. You stupid character.
Alex, you went over my helmet. You are now promoted like beyond me. You are technically the host of the podcast.
Boom. For those in audio form, I am giving him the middle fingers.
And I'm drinking a Red Bull.
Which I don't know how you're doing that right now. It's so late. The Sirens and the Muses. So Hera, the goddess of marriage and childbirth, heard of the legendary singing of the Sirens. So she decided to pay them a visit and see for herself the sirens, I guess. Their enchanting calls. She was enchanted by their songs, praising them for their beauty, sorrow, and anguish. So, what is Hera like the god of goths too?
Let's see. Yeah, basically.
Fucking goth chick. Hera's a goth chick.
Oh my god.
So,
My god.
so enchanted, she offered up a challenge. She invited them to test their music in a competition. Oh my god, dude, this is okay. So we got a goth goddess and a fucking battle of the bands going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically a 1980s rock album, but this is literally what's happening right now. Yeah.
This is the rock album that we never got. The Who should have done a fucking rock opera of this competition. That would be so good. Okay, so she invited them to test their music in a competition against the 9 muses. After discussing it, the Sirens agreed to the arrangement. They knew the talent of the muses, but they also knew how powerful their songs were. The contest provided Greece with some of the most beautiful and haunting music the country had ever heard. I'm thinking, what's some good emo goth music?
Oh, I got it.
Taking Back Sunday.
What's that? I stay out too late. Do 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 do. I got nothing in my brain. Do 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 do. That's what people say. Hmm.
Uh,
They were
Again,
100% singing Taylor Swift.
100% canon. It's just canon now. It's just canon. Um, with the Sirens pouring their soul out at the competition. However, the Muses were the literal goddesses of music, and the Sirens were mere mortals. So the Muses won. I call cheating. In
Yeah.
celebration, yeah, probably. In celebration, the Muses plucked feathers from the Sirens and made crowns for themselves. The Sirens returned to their island in humiliation.
This
Dude.
fucking bitch. She knew exactly what she was doing. She was pitting mortals against the goddesses of music. The ones that create goddamn music. And you think it's going to be a fair fucking competition? This is like putting a 5-year-old Fortnite player against esports.
Or putting me in a Fortnite map with a dirt bike that you have to make very precise jumps and turns in order to complete the goddamn fucking race.
So we still we were playing Fortnite with Alex last night, and it's like his second time playing. And we're showing him the different modes. We do prop hunt because everybody loves hide and seek, which is really all prop hunt is. And I'm like, hey, let's show him like racing. So my nephew brings us in a 2.0 map that's just like a regular big ass map, very beautiful. And Alex starts driving the like up the wall of it. And somehow he gets like, how far did you get, Alex?
I could have kept going.
You could have kept going.
I could have kept going. It just kept going. I didn't. At one point, I like turned around and like raced backwards down, but I could have kept going.
He was literally higher than the fucking battle bus. Like the island was a little stamp on his screen. He sent us like screenshots of it. So I'm like, hey, he's enjoying Fortnite because he's having the time of his life, and I'm like, let's just rip him out of that and put him into a racing game. And Micah is like, hey, Spider dude. He's like, yeah, do you want to do parkour or like fucking uh or racing like actually against other players? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, racing will be too difficult for Alex because he just started and we want him to like Fortnite. So I'm like, parkour. Spider dude chooses the Satan's asshole of parkour maps. And I hate it. Peter hates it. And he's having the time of his fucking life.
Yeah, that was yeah.
so,
So let's get back to Sirens.
so Alex knows nothing about dirt bikes in Fortnite. But go on. Or you're really good at them.
The I'm really good at the dirt bikes.
Well,
I
after
think
that,
last night. I don't think so, but I don't know. All right, so the Sirens and Odysseus. While trapped in his 10-year adventure home, Odysseus passed close to the island of the Sirens. However, he had been warned of their mysterious powers. When arriving near them, Odysseus ordered all his men to plug their ears with beeswax. Odysseus, on the other hand, wanted to hear the music for himself and live to tell the tale. That way, he could brag about it later, because, yeah, Odysseus is a pretty toxic character in
yeah,
general.
he had every fucking like he could have just sailed past, but he was being such a goddamn Chad about the situation that he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I want to brag about this at the bar."
Yeah, real dick too, especially when he gets home and it's like 10 years later and he's like, "What? You remarried?" And she's like, "I thought you were dead, bro. Like it's been a minute." Like
He's like, "No, I just stepped out for cigarettes."
just stepped up for cigarettes. The Greek hero ordered his men to tie him to the mast tightly with further orders to not untie him, no matter how much he begged or threatened his crew. Hesitantly, the sailors tied their captain to the mast. As if on cue, as soon as the last knot was tightened, the sirens started singing to Odysseus. Their voices cut through the air high and clear. I had a voice in mind, and then I didn't have a voice. So their
Wow,
voices cut
it's
through the
amazing.
air high and clear. Quote, "Come hither, renowned Odysseus, hither, you pride and glory of all. Achillean pause with your ship, listen to your song." Um, End quote. Though accounts do differ, some modern historians claim the Sirens actually sang "Shake It Off" by Taylor Swift.
I believe that account. That's clearly what happened. I'm
Oh
with
my god.
with I am with those historians 100%.
So Odysseus, obviously being the toxic male he is, was like, "Hell yeah, these chicks want to bone me." So naturally, he wanted to meet the babes who sang so sweetly to him. After another chorus, Odysseus was in a frenzy, just jerking it right there on the mast. He
Right there on the
ranted
deck
and
of the ship.
raved. He ranted and raved at his crew to release him, threatening their very lives.
I bet he wanted
He had
release.
jizz all over their faces. He really wanted to get laid. The crew, however, could not
This is
hear him.
like this is like that guy that gets the text message at like 2 in the morning. It's like, hey, want to watch some Netflix?
and then without even answering, yeah, no, she goes, "Hey, want to watch Netflix?" Then all of a sudden, just like 2 seconds later, hears knock knock at the door.
Yeah, it's like it's just Superman flew across town.
The crew, however, could not hear him as they had beeswax in their ears. So Odysseus began to strain at the ropes. Yeah, he started to strain all right. Until they cut into his very skin. The ship, steered by the deaf crew, drifted on. After another hour, the island was behind them and the spell subsided. Since someone had heard the music and had not stopped, the curse was broken. The sirens hurled themselves into the sea and died upon the rocks. I'm trying not to laugh because that is really tragic.
Really undercutting the drama here.
Odysseus was the last person to hear their beautiful singing. Um, Yeah, that's pretty fucked up, especially since Odysseus has to be the last one to hear them sing. Like, what a dick.
I know, and he got like the whole accolades for it. But I don't. It's bittersweet. They hurled themselves into the sea. They're dead. So that means they no longer have to sit on that fucking island singing a song.
That's true. And they go to the underworld. So do you think when they got to the underworld, they totally just like fucking hunted down Persephone and just like fucking murdered that bitch?
It's just like the
Be
fucking
like,
witches of Eastwick.
this is not your fault, but indirectly your fault.
One of them's holding it back. Somehow she has a Chicago accent.
Yeah, dude. They just go down there. One's got like a fucking chain, another one's got like a fucking switchblade. Like, one's got a fucking baseball bat with nails sticking out of it. Fucking just ready to fuck her shit up. All right, so some siren facts. Sirens are some of the oldest creatures in Greek literature. Homer, Virgil, I think it's Pliny, Ovid, Seneca, and Hesiod have all made mention of these enthralling singers in their works. Towards the end of the Grecian period, scholars had concluded that they were simply a fable. Sure, but a damned good one, as their legend has lived longer than Greek civilization itself. Um, so this is good. So sirens versus harpies. If your face is currently being ripped off, you're more likely facing a harpy.
Yeah, at that point,
Thought
if
it would
it's
be a little
just
bit more substantial of a difference, but okay.
if you're just getting your ass straight beat by a bird, you're probably fighting a harpy. If it's singing, you wouldn't even care because you're already under its spell. If it's a siren.
Number of sirens changed per writer. Originally there were 2, though some credit as many as 8, and the most common is 3. I don't remember how many were in the Odyssey.
I think it's
Was it
3.
3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. Um, Siren mythology is still changing. Locations changed all throughout Greek written word. Roman poets placed them on small islands called Cyrnum Scopuli. Later rationalized versions placed them at the island. What's that sentence, Ken? Later
Okay.
rational.
other
Later rational.
other versions placed him at the island of Anthimoesia, um, because it just made more sense for them. That was it.
Oh,
This is the
okay. That's what you
entirety.
meant by that sentence.
This is
Okay.
the entirety of the fucking siren legend. I think to an extent, Grinks knew everything was bullshit and was probably just like, yeah, all right, we'll throw him on the island of Artemisia now. You know?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't think Greeks were very religious, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't think they were religious in the same way that we think of like religiosity now.
No, they most definitely were not. I mean, how could you be when your religious boss is a massive dickhead?
You talking about the Pope, right?
I'm talking about pretty much every single one of them. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Just a disclaimer, we hope the Pope is all right. We know he's in the hospital for respiratory shit. Don't wish anything bad on the Pope.
You know, honestly, I like this current pope. He seems kind of dope.
Yeah, he's pretty down to earth, and he
Yeah.
realizes that some changes need to be made. All right, so locations of the islands themselves have fluctuated, though they mainly remained in bodies of water surrounding Greece and Italy. Parentage has also changed. So various writers have claimed that they are the daughters of Gaea, Oceanus, Phorcys. God, it's so close to foreskin. Achilles, Chitin, Terpiscor, Terpiscor,
I'm pretty
Terpishore.
sure that's Cthulhu, not
Is it?
Chitin.
Oh, I just added the I. Okay, Cthulhu, Melopomene, Stereope, or
Calliope.
Calliope.
Yeah.
Calliope.
You know, the circus music.
I don't know
Calliope.
that reference.
You don't know the Calliope circus music? Not the sun. It's dun, 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 dun. No. God damn it. It's the most like iconic circus music of all time. That sounds haunting at the same time and kind of terrifying.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's played by a
Please,
certain instrument. I think it's called like a calliope.
please hold, sweet
Hello.
listeners.
I just broke Alex's brain.
Is this what you're talking about?
Are you playing it?
Yes, it's not copyrighted, is it?
I don't think so. It's calliope. This is horrible. Hold on, let me play this again.
Yeah,
It's like we're just getting like
it's the first thing
bad
that popped
versions
up. I
of
don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
P Circus non-copyright.
Oh, okay, I think I found it.
No, 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 no. It won't play well off yours. They can actually hear mine pretty well because it just captures the sound from the desktop.
I'm assuming Max will be able to do some magic editing to
I
make
think
this
he,
a
I
little bit more seamless.
honestly, okay, that's not the one. But honestly, I think this whole section should just be edited out. Let's see.
But yeah, but it's like the do 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 do.
This has got to be it. Oh, I found it. Yep, that's it.
I don't hear anything.
Tune into the stream and you will.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay. All right, let me know when you're done playing that.
All right, so yeah, it's a dun 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 dun
Yeah,
dun
yeah.
dun dun dun.
It is really creepy and
Yeah.
haunting. I don't know why it's supposed to be happy music, but
I think it originally started as happy music, but then everyone got this fucking clown phobia, and now it's like this terrifying horror music.
yeah, I don't know why people are so scared of clowns. That also makes me sad. I was terrified of clowns when I was younger. Absolutely terrified.
I mean, I was pretty. I don't know. Killer. Okay. Look, if you want to know what scared me as a kid, and I'll tell you exactly why. Slugs.
Like the animal?
Yeah, like the harmless animal that can't
Like
hurt
the
anything. Yeah, like the.
why?
Okay. We were driving across country to California and stopped in at this motel, and it was me, Peter, and my oldest brother, and we're all horror aficionados, or at least they were. I eventually became one, but I was like 3 years old. No, not three. I was probably like 5, and they played a movie called Slugs. And it was all about slugs killing this entire fucking town. So for about 5 fucking years, I thought slugs could kill people.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I was so terrified of clowns when I was younger that I had a clown picture in my room for years that I always had trouble falling asleep because the clown picture was hanging up in my room, but I never told my parents how scared I was of it because I was scared if they removed it, the clown would come out of the picture and kill me.
What the fuck were you on growing up?
So for like years, I would just like fall asleep, like staring at this thing, just staring back at me. And my parents thought I fucking loved it. But in secret, I was like
Oh
petrified
my
of it.
god. Oh, that's fantastic.
All right. All right. So just last little bit. So the descriptions of the sirens have changed throughout the years, the eons. Writers as early as William Shakespeare started merging the siren and mermaids together, which we've already talked about a little bit, combining the beautiful visage of the mermaid, which I don't know why a half fish woman is beautiful, but whatever floats your boat, I guess. I shouldn't judge. With the enchanting voice of sirens. As time passed, the two became almost indistinguishable, appearing in famous works by C.S. Lewis, Hans Christensen, Anderson, The Little Mermaid, Harry Potter, and Pirates of the Caribbean.
This is what I
Caribbean.
mean, like how it's still relevant. It's evolved, but it's still relevant. Sirens are still there. Like the fucking mermaids that sing underwater in Harry Potter. were essentially ripped straight from Sirens, like with the
Yeah, it's true.
enchanting,
Yeah.
beautiful voice. The Little Mermaid, Ariel, the one that like old millennial dudes have a crush on, is based off the Little Mermaid. Also, my voice is coming back. Turn off the volume on your computer.
How's that?
That's much better. Yeah.
Okay. With feather, I'm sorry. So it is difficult to find a true Greek representation of sirens in modern fiction, and I'm trying to think of one.
The Kiki
And I
Watiti, Wellington Paranormal.
Oh, okay. What is that a fictional show or is he ghost hunting?
No, it's a fictional show. It follows
It
this
is.
like
Okay.
police force in Wellington, New Zealand, and two of the cops on it are, well, one of them's pretty stupid, and the other one is is like a straight arrow chick, and it's like it's kind of like Scully and or Scolder and
Mulder.
Mulder and
Yes, Scully
Scully,
and Mulder.
you know, and that it's kind of like that, but it deals a lot more on the funnier side.
Um, though some famous works do have them presented that way, meaning bird sirens. You can find them in original form. You can find the original forms of sirens in such things as God of War, What We Do in the Shadows, Elden Ring, this Beef Wellington show. Um,
Actually, okay, Wellington Paranormal, think has a siren, maybe not. What We Do in the Shadows has the siren. Have you heard
okay,
about
so
that,
that's the one
Alex?
you were thinking of. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Have you seen that?
I actually have never seen it,
Oh
and I
my
know I
god.
should.
Guys, What We Do in the Shadows, I love Wellington Paranormal, but What We Do in the Shadows is legit. It's about or no, I think it's like four vampires. No, wait. Three vampires living under one roof, and one of their familiars. And they live in modern day New York and they deal with human vampire problems. And it's kind of like the format of The Office, where they'll like film a scene and then they'll talk to the character, from the director to the character itself, and it's fucking hilarious. So worth
Yeah,
watching.
Taiki Waititi is really good.
But
I'm really glad that he ended up having the career that he it's a well-deserved career.
also shout out to Elden Ring, because Elden Ring nailed it. And what I mean by that is like when you go walking up those cliffs and there's that like you hear that haunting kind of music playing, and you go walking up towards it and you realize it's like a woman bird. That's a siren, bro.
Do they in Elden Ring? Because I don't know if I got to that point. In Elden Ring, does their singing affect you in any way, or are they just
I think it does something. It either turns the enemies around you into a frenzy, or they're more dangerous, uh, or it like I forgot. It's been a while since I played it, but those bitches were nasty. They would like get up and poison you and just poison you and poison you. Fuck your day up.
yeah, fuck your day up? Well, everybody, that's everything that we have on Sirens. I know it's a little bit of shorter episode. Um, Unfortunately, Murder wasn't able to get here, and Murder and Crook, they have like the background knowledge. I'm just the numbers man, the money guy.
Alex is our special guest.
Yeah.
We will be back this week with Crook and Murder, Roanoke Part 3. We also have a YouTube channel at Crook Irish Studios where you can catch all our videos. You can also find us on old podcast channels on old podcast channels. And you can find us on Discord where we will never tell you the day that we're going to air.
Yeah. So I want to apologize for that. That is definitely my fault this week because um I don't know if anybody can notice, but my voice has not sound the same. I've been pretty sick since Tuesday. So, Crook was nice enough to be flexible to kind of accommodate me feeling like shit all week, and then I forgot to be doing Discord. So, but I will make sure to post it when we decide when the next episode is going to be.
Yeah, and we'll be doing that. We'll be basically finishing up the story of Roanoke because it extends a little bit further with the research and whatnot. And then the next season after that is going to be pretty wild. So stick around. Do we
Yeah.
have anything else we want to share?
No, I have a lump.
Okay, so shout out to John Zara for letting us use his Old Lang Syne and Celtic style. Please go check out his YouTube channel. That is John John Zara Zarra. And give him a follow. He's a really cool dude. My name is Kenny Crook. My name is Kenny Crook Irish Kirby, and I'll catch you all later. Keep it weird.
And my name is special guest, special host Alex, and I have a lump.
And he's got a lump.
Keep it real.
Hey, good job, Alex.
Thank you. That was we're done, right? Yeah, I would assume
Yeah,
so.
I mean they can still hear us.
Oh.
But
Yeah,
go on.
no, it was short, right? Because it's not 3 of us, so that was definitely a lot shorter than normal. That was probably what, like 40 minutes?
Yeah, I'm hoping to bring up more of those like that. I mean, we still tend to extend, even when it is only like 3 pages.
So,
But
yeah,
I
I think that was good. It was kind of to the point. You were able to add some stuff here and there. I was able to be me.
It was probably a lot more fun than Fortnite last night, huh?
Oh my god, dude, you have no idea. I felt really bad. So I woke up this morning and, I dragged my ass out of bed and everything. And my roommate just goes,